Greetings. This is KozMcKev with the Planetary Persuader for Friday, July 31st. Yes, Friday, July 31st, 2020. And looking at the sky today, I would see the moon in the constellation of Sagittarius. And the part of Sagittarius, I'd find the moon is in that center of the Milky Way galaxy in the Mula Nakshatra. Now, Mula literally means root. Its ruling deity is Naritri, and she's considered to be a goddess of calamity. But she also is a goddess of healing in some ways, and clearing things out, uprooting things that are no longer necessary. So this is how we're sort of starting the weekend. Now, K2 is a ruling planet. So K2 is another name for the South Node. South node of the moon holds our subconscious. It holds the secrets of our past lives. It holds our own intuition. And so in the Mula Nakshatra, we get to the root. You know, one of the symbols could be like a lion's tail. Because a lion's tail will, go up in pride or in anger. And when you know deep things and everyone's like on the surface, the Mula's like, you don't really know where this is coming from yet, So it's always, be really careful about, mainstream narratives, because there's usually a plan behind them. And it doesn't mean that they're not true, but there's something else going on that's being used to help line certain people's pockets. It's no big deal. Another thing that happens is, at least in the sidereal zodiac, we don't have Venus and Taurus anymore. Venus is actually now in the constellation of Gemini, so that should really change the flavor of Venus in our lives. She won't be as intense, but she'll be looking for a soulmate of sorts, a twin to play with as we go through the weeks. And then we've got this whole Mars and Aries thing, and Mars is actually going to go into Aries in the sidereal zodiac too, at least later on this month. And so that's going to double up the Mars energy. Anyhow, here we go, sign by sign, with your horoscope, beginning with you, Aries. Oh, wait a second, I didn't mention there's a full moon. Full moon Monday in Shravana Nakshatra, which is the middle of Capricorn. In Western astrology, it's an Aquarius moon and Leo sun. So on it goes. In the month of Shravana, Shravana full moon. This should be something. So here we go, beginning with you in the Western tropical zodiac, the horoscope beginning with you, Aries. So greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. A lot of times we feel more independent. A lot of times we're able to take more risk and show more courage when Mars is transiting our first house. On the downside might be like being clumsy and bumping your extremities, getting hit on the head. That's a very first house Mars thing. There can be grace, though, but there's also a commitment, and if you want to get in physical shape and improve your body, this would be the time to do it. I mean, Sun in the 5th house, help you work on your heart, work on your relationship with your children, improve that, so many things. So I would certainly go with that. A lot of changes still in the career phase of life. Full moon, very social for you. And with that said, I think you're going to have fun. Okay. All right. Well, greetings, Taurus, and welcome to your horoscope. So, Leo time for Taurus. It's you know why I have this, right? It's that their compliancy. And keep people safe, and everything's good, right? Okay. Now, getting back to Taurus in your horoscope. So this Uranus in the first house thing. Can I be uncomfortable in a comfortable way? You know, because in a lot of ways Uranus is about not being comfortable. Taurus is all about wanting to have comfort. And impermanence, I guess, is one of the only things that we know about things. There is no it'll always be this way. So that's kind of rough. And you got Mars in the 12th house, so it's like in your subconscious you're a little more restless. It's a little more restless sleep at night. But you're really concerned about personal happiness, well-being of your parents, well-being of your real estate, your house, your vehicles. These are the things that are likely to come up. You're also wanting to understand higher teachings. This full moon might affect you in the workplace, at career. It happens on, I believe it's Monday morning. Yeah, 8:59 a.m. So, you know, right at that 9 o'clock when so many people start work. Moon peaks out in that Shravana Nakshatra. And, I mean, for you, it's going to affect how you work that day. And so you just got to be ready for anything. And you're loving good food and love, and your communication is overall good, and it's all about the learning at this point. All right, so greetings, Gemini, and welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, one of the other things that's about to shift, if it hasn't shifted already, is Mercury is going to leave sidereal Gemini. I mean, sidereal Gemini. And it's going to enter sidereal Cancer on Sunday. So, it's an interesting thought. So Mercury's already in your second house. So it's like you're finding a voice. But it's also going to get closer to your proverbial third house this week. And so communication will get even stronger. Sometimes exaggerated. You know. Sometimes there's like really nice people that they become internet bullies. It's really weird. Oh, well, that's stupid. That you are a blop blop. It's like, where's all this coming from? It's so primitive. Make better relations with your neighbors. You've got Venus still in your first house. You know, this is where you show the part of you where you're a sweetheart, and trust your intuition. Avoid rowdy gatherings. I mean, I'm going to just say that. You know, I mean, I guess they could be exciting, and you like to see them, but I'd say overall, there's a lot of danger, and there's no need to go out like that. I mean, you might learn something. A gift is coming to you with this full moon on Monday. Okay, well, greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. Never quite thought of it that way. Well, yeah. I mean, Leo time really focuses on your values, on your money, on your relationship with your parents, on your throat, and there's karma with love. Imperfect, unusual love tryst. I mean, some people just have a lot of common sense and won't even go there, okay? Some people are just enticed, like, ooh, this could be different. I have to go there. So, you know, depending on what kind of Cancer you are, I mean, I've known Cancers to do things that were not safe, even though they're considered a security-oriented sign. You know, Cancer will take risks for love. I've seen it, okay? This full moon, you know, it's transformation house. I mean, I would lay low that Monday, to be honest with you. You're going through enough as it is. A lot of expansion in the world of relationships. And your spiritual life could be getting an upgrade right now, and you're doing good at work, so your best talents and skills are being seen. I wouldn't stress too much at the moment. All right. Well, greetings, Leo, and welcome to your horoscope. So, it's sort of like this. This is your solar new year, and this is the first full moon in your season. So it's sort of like there's a little bit of this crescendo energy, like this peak, and it's right in the middle of summer. And it's just a place where you want to be able to listen to things. You want to be able to chill out. You want to be disciplined, but also nurturing and honoring your own inner poetry, your inner wanderlust. And a good time to pay attention to studies and history and traditions even. All of these things could be very, very forward for you right now. And yeah, you still have to watch health issues. I'd say that would be good. Just keep yourself in good shape. I mean, a lot of you do because you love yourself so much because you're Leos, right? Don't Leos love themselves a lot? Yes, they do. They do. And pay attention to messages and dreams. You're getting messages and dreams, and they have something to tell you. And this today, the moon in Sagittarius for most of the day, it should be uplifting. It should be getting you into your heart. If you have children, especially female children, you're probably likely to hear from them, or whatever creative thing you want to get involved with. That's probably going to go good too. Okay. Well. Greetings, Virgo, and welcome to your horoscope. Okay. So, I mean, right now, I'd say this is a more like introspect weekend, beginning off that way, but I think by tomorrow you're going to want to get in your heart, enjoy life, do something fun, do something celebratory that makes you feel good, makes you get outside of the mundane. I think that's part of what's going on here. Okay. What else? This is a 12th house sun period. Most of you are sidereal Leo, so this is an important thing to look at. It's like, what are you doing with your spiritual life? This is the season of Shravana. And so this is an aspect of God called Shiva, which is the destroyer. He's also the destroyer of misery, destroyer of things we don't necessarily need or things that are threats to us. So it's very protector orientation, and so that's why like people will chant Om Namah Shivaya and in the month of Shravana, and it's a way of they're asking God for protection and getting rid of things that are toxic for them. And so like for you, like a 12th house transit, one of the best things to do is go to an ashram or a monastery or get out in the wilderness, get out further out in nature, because that way you could enjoy a spiritual solitude before your solar year begins, in a few weeks. And when your solar new year begins, you'll get a lot more, okay, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling better now about stuff. And right now it's just time to lay low, and it's a time where it's easy to have losses and things, but it's also a good time to just be humble, pay your debts, and realize that something good is just around the corner. And Mercury is still in a place where there's good friends for you, and just pay attention to that old spiritual life. Okay. Greetings, Libra, and welcome to your horoscope. So, Leo time for Libra is, it's essentially a party or a gathering, which, I mean, might still be a little bit dangerous to do those things. I'm not sure. It depends on, your situation, where you live, your immune system, and a whole bunch of other factors. And I like to say it with a little bit of an accent. That there pandemic. That there. Yeah. Well, I mean, the full moon's going to be really fun for Libra because it's in the fifth house, so it'll be opening up your heart, and maybe kind of there'll be this element of woohoo, I feel good. You find a happiness. Within all of this, you somehow find a happiness. Now, you're a good diplomat, and so you might be confronted by people who are aggressive or whatever, but at the same time, there's a sweetness about you, and that you're just trying to get real in your own relationships. And sometimes we can be so smart, we're too smart for our own good. It's like we put mind tricks on ourselves that end up hurting us. And the best thing to do is just come from the heart. I mean, I think that's what Venus usually wants is, come from the heart, be more heart-based in everything you do. Yeah. Okay. Well. Greetings, Scorpio. This is my old friend Scorpio. Leo time is where you feel the most performance anxiety, I'd say. This is where you have to do your karma. This is what you have to do that's known for. And this is like part of how you elevate the public with your talents and skills. That's a lot about what a 10th house transit is about. So that's like a general thing to pay attention to. It's like, okay, what am I doing with my life? Where am I going? How can I improve my reputation? What would be a nice service I could perform for the community? All noble things worth considering. This full moon in the fourth house, very moon-like. You're really thinking about your mother. You're in a much more introspective, sensitive place. Maybe you're trying to fix up your home, amidst a heat wave or something. And it's just not going the way you want it to. And I know that people run a lot on a tight schedule. And it's just like good to make space for yourself, just if you can, just to be okay. Not all this busy, doing. There's just a lot of that. And give yourself a little break here. Mars and Aries, good time to get in shape, though. Do some swimming. Transformation happening among neighbors. There's some kind of wealth coming for you. I see that. Be open to gifts. Well. Greetings, Sagittarius, and welcome to your horoscope. Okay. So, moon's in Sagittarius today, and has been for a couple days, or a day and a half or so. We're wanting a universal feeling of heart and enthusiasm in the world. We want things to be circulating in a more positive way. So, sometimes we just have to rest with the information before we act on it. And in that way we really prevent ourselves from being reactionary. It's like, well, what am I feeling on the inside right now? Well, Leo time is sort of like a time when Sagittarians like to take vacations. It's just a grand and glorious. They're the type who might actually go glamping. The glamour camping thing. But what, a Sagittarius into excess? Well, it happens sometimes. Sometimes it happens. They're getting into it. And full moon, it's going to be in your third house, which is like your neighborhood. So it's also siblings. So things with your siblings, things in your neighborhood, those are things to look at during the full moon. You know, Jupiter in the second house can bring some wealth. I mean, remember Pluto's there. We have to change the way we look at wealth. Change the way we look at resources. Okay. Well, hello Capricorn, and welcome to your horoscope. Okay. So, I mean, Saturn in the first house, you know, it's like there is that element of 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. This kind of perpetually, I'm making progress, but not nearly what I'd like to be making. But I get up again. You know, if I fall down, I get up again. And like there can be an incredible amount of weight. And one thing I'm thinking about too is like this lunar cycle started in Pushama with Saturn opposing the moon. So we had all these issues, you know, all these issues dealing a lot with our own emotional sensitivity and our need to find nourishment, to find an environment that's nurturing for ourselves. And now you're able to bring it just a little bit further. Maybe you're going to help others a little bit. You're you're possibly getting ready to move, or sell a vehicle even. So all of these things come into play as well. And you know, this is a time for transformation. You're not in control of everything. Allow other people to help you. Don't expect to be on top of the game on every plane. Here we go. Greetings Aquarius, and welcome to your horoscope. So nice to be with you once again. So I mean, Saturn's in your 12th house, and it brings this element of finality, you know. 12th house, you know, I'd say 8th and 12th house are Dastana houses, but both of those houses deal specifically with death. They deal more with loss. So it's a place where, you know, this full moon is going to be in your first house, so that should give you a boost. And, you know, Leo time is a time of partnership for you. But, you know, all these planets in the 12th house, you know, you've lost friends in the past, or you've had thoughts about, you know, debt, or how to deal with things you've lost. And it's good to just kind of let them go in a way, too, and just say that, you know, this is all passing. Be patient with yourself. It may take a while. It may not happen instantly. It may not happen overnight. But, you know, it's a good time to work on your health. It's a good time to enjoy love in your life, enjoy creative bliss, doing those things. It's going to put you in a more forward perspective. I mean, like, I think you're having it going on. Like, you might actually be having fun this week. Alright, well. Greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope. Okay. So, I mean, Leo time is not like, oh, yeah, this is great. It's a Dastana house. It's 6th house. So, 6th house is working on health issues. 6th house is doing deeds of good karma to help alleviate the 12th house negative karma that you might have accumulated. So, it's a place where we do service. Sometimes we have work to do. Sometimes that work feels subservient or below us, and that we might have to engage in that. Or we might have incidents with our small pets getting sick, or visits from uncles and aunts, you know, different. There's some other things that fall in the 6th house. Some people get government work there, so that's, you know, helpful. It's good to have a job, and a way to buy the things you need. Other than that, though, you know, this is a time where you look at your spiritual life. You have to kind of caution yourself from being too hastily aggressive in speech, where your environment's going through some change, but you're kind of holding a certain kind of peace for yourself. And you have a lot of creative ideas right now, too. And you have some good friends in your circle, even if you're not able to be together, you're distancing. Hopefully you're communicating on the phone or on media, and this has been a great time to be with you. Thanks. KozMcKev of the Cosmic Forecast. Remember, full moon Monday morning, near 9 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. Thanks. Subscribe, share, ring the bell.